Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are here with the Crystal Exarch right after we finished with Holminster Switch. So, yeah, Warrior of Darkness. Oh yeah, we're the Warrior of Darkness now, right? Or no, I don't know. We just said we're gonna be the warrior that they need. Now, as for how we proceed from here... The villagers we evacuated earlier have arrived safely in the Crystarium. They seem to be accepting their situation for the moment, but most folk are far too distracted by the sky to worry about wounds or lost homes. They whisper and wonder if the Warrior of Darkness has come. This to be expected. Nora, I must ask a favor of you. Would you be so kind as to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Well, I don't get praise for what I did. Seeing the light recede from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many will be swept up in a maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should you come forth as the legendary Warrior of Darkness, I fear that no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance would throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the Exarch, although my concerns are more focused on Eulmore. It may be best if you maintain a low profile until we see how Wolverine responds to all of this. My thanks. Though we cannot freely celebrate your success, pray allow your heart to be buoyed by the joy of our citizens, the joy you surely brought into being. And I must ask the same discretion of you, Captain. It is my intention to share with our people the tale of a great warrior who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden and has since departed for parts unknown, yes? As you wish, my lord. Your penchant for mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk not to question this either. Although I expect to be told the whole truth of it one day, about all of you. Well, that's fair, though. With that settled, I shall return to the Crystarium and make an address to the people. These explanations and adjustments will consume much of my time, so pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits. And to think you'll not even need to shutter the windows to enjoy a dark and peaceful night's sleep. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask after all you've done here today, but could I ask you to pass on a message on your way to the pendants? Please, let Bragi know that we're bringing in a number of injured, and that any restoratives in the markets need to be reserved for the infirmary. We should start making our own way back to the Crystarium, slowly, mind you. It wouldn't do to arrive too soon after the Exarch. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check on in Holminster. We already went through the village top to bottom, I'd say. We should all take the chance to rest, you included. I knew one of those eaters, and I can't rest, not now. Aww. She's gone, no? So please, I wish to be left alone for a while, and that means you as well, Laura. I shall be cross if you try to follow me. I promise to find you later, when I feel myself again. Just you and me then, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's go back to the Crystarium. Righty, we're here. But the Crystarium seems relatively ordered, wouldn't you say? The Exarch's speech must have been reassuring to hear. On the contrary, there is something jubilant in the air. I have a feeling this night won't be quite as peaceful as our hooded friend predicted. I think I shall take a brief stroll around town before retiring to my chambers. Once you've discharged your duty to Bragi, I suggest you do the same. Sleep well, Lura. I hope untroubled dreams find you and Elise both. Alrighty, let's go talk to Bragi. And we're here. Hi, what can I do for you? Looking to buy a lantern, like every other stumbling soul in the city. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm not used to it being dark. I see. Well, Captain Lena can rest assured that any potions I spot coming in will be set aside for the wounded. Hang on a moment. If you're carrying messages for the guard, does that mean you were there then? The battle at Holminster? A stalwart lass like you might want to pay a visit to the Wandering Stairs. Make herself known. I'm sure Glennard can introduce you to some interesting opportunities. Okay, let's go. Alrighty, we made it to Glennard, I don't know. And I realized that I probably need to buy some gear soon, but I'll do that before the next dungeon. So maybe I'm a higher level then, so I have to buy less gear. Yes, unfortunately I'm not that rich here. Ciela, more beer for table 2, and a couple of pints and meat for table 3 while you're at it. Coming right up. Sorry, we're rushed off our feet today, miss. Can I get you anything? Drinks are in the house. Oh, and that Bragi has a twisted sense of humor. To think he'd send you to me at a time like this. The first real night in near 100 years has folk all riled up and then some. What's more, there was that eater business at Holman's the Switch. They say a Light Warden was destroyed without a damn trace. And there was the Warrior of Darkness who did the deed. Nice, nice. I really must apologize for Glennard. He's been almost as rowdy as our customers, and that's no small feat. A lot of our regulars are bounty hunters, you see. They mostly go after eaters, and the rumor of the warrior's appearance was the spark to their kindling. You know how the weak eaters are drawn to the strong ones, right? Aye, they swarm like angry bees around the queen. You need look no further than Holminster for proof of that, but attacks on that scale don't happen every day, praise the blessed shadow. No, the more common threats are the strays. No one knows why, but every now and then an eater will leave the pack to prowl alone. Those are the ones you run into on the road if your luck is foul. They're a danger to everyone, so the settlement council puts bounties on their heads, and our bar here is a convenient place for hunters to gather and share information. Seems a few of them were inspired by the warden saying, even more than most. These are the types who have their sights set on the absolute worst of the strays, a class of eaters that have been dubbed the Cardinal Virtues. The Virtues showed up out of nowhere about 3 summers ago. When historians heard the descriptions given by survivors, well, apparently they share an appearance with the villains who caused the flood. And if that doesn't send a chill down your spine, they're also reported to be as tough as Light Wardens, not the kind of prey you can take down single-handed. Our Virtue Hunters had all but given up, but knowing the Warrior of Darkness is out there has lit the fire in their bellies. Just look at them. That Hume over there with the oversized sword is Granson. He's in it for revenge, wants to recruit a comrade in arms as tenacious as he is. The missile lad is Lou Reek. Don't be fooled by those dewy cheeks. He's as hard a hunter as they come. He just lost a partner and seems to be on the lookout for a new one. Why don't they partner up together? That's Zarek. Where does he seeks an expert in magecraft to help fight the virtue he's after? Last we have Gyot, dwarf and drunkard both. Wanted to join forces with a healer and only a healer. Something about needing a mentor's wisdom. Why don't they all go together, man? I've seen my share of competent veterans, and you have that look about you. Maybe you should introduce yourself to one of our hunters. Who knows? Together you might even collect a bounty on a cardinal virtue. Now there's a grand idea. Imagine the prestige my bar would earn if we boasted the patronage of a successful virtue hunter. You've gained access to rogue quests. A separate quest line on story is now available for tank. Oh, okay, I can do my quest line. In order to reach the final stage, this means you must complete at least one role quest line. Will do. So yeah, we finally got some chop quests again. Yeah, I guess I will look for the tank role quest. Over there, Grants. Okay, that was the one. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, so I did my role quests, and now let's retire to our suite. Welcome back, miss. I wonder if anyone can sleep with the city in such an uproar, but will you be retiring to your quarters? Don't worry, I'm used to the night sky. Retire to your quarters, yes. Very good. In light of the present situation, I have had illumination prepared for all our rooms. No need to rush to the markets or lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant rest, miss. Thank you. I was wondering why they had lamps everywhere. But I guess, you know, it's not always bright everywhere. Are we gonna have some ghostly visit again? That's nice. The night sky. Ah, there we go. I love that we're both warriors.
So it's your lot's turn to be the warriors of darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
Been watching, have you? These are my private quarters. No, be nice to him.
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Eulmore and then on to Armorang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin?
Enough that he never cleaned his axe.
Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time? I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
He's such a Debbie Downer.
So this is what the light was hiding. She's here. I must go to her.
The hell are you, man? Meanwhile, inside an Imperial Magitech facility in the Source. Ooh, got some information from home.
Intruders! out and find them!
Oh, Estinian!
Out of my way!
Damn. He's not chill.
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy.
Hey guys.
When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Maybe.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear their receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated.
Uh-oh.
There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once.
Join them.
Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
I see. Between two worlds. That's something. Yeah, let's see. An unwelcome guest? Begging your pardons, miss, but do you perchance intend to head outside? If so, I would strongly advise you not to stray too far from the Crystarium. Word has it Eulmore has dispatched its military to Lakeland. Given the timing, one can only assume they do not welcome the return of night. Even now, the Exarch is in the ocular, deliberating a response. Okay, let's go check it out. Alrighty, we're here. Do you have business with the Crystal Exarch? Just say the word and I would be happy to escort you to the ocular. Let's go. And this room is so pretty.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands. Laxton Loft here in Lakeland. Eulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
There they go knock.
My lord, I am come with the Eulmoran Emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish.
Whoa, we're invisible.
Enter.
Someone he knows.
Well, well. The commander of the Eulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Eulmore's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Eulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Eulmore's mercy. Promptly.
Oh.
One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Whoa, he knows.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Eulmore's army since before Vorthri's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin-Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Eulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
'Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Eulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Eulmoran forces at Lakeland Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia.
Minfilia is here?
It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Eulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Generations of Minfilia.
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He'll be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right, though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
That war again. Alrighty, let's go. Alright, it's studying time. Let's talk. Yes, if you're after books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most are out on loan at present. They're experiencing quite a surge in popularity. or you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light, then it would be my pleasure to assist. After I finished off some few outstanding tasks, that is, while I attend to them, perhaps you could fetch me a book. The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light, it's called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia. But you must see for yourself, the book should be located on the level below. Should I say, for while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place. Despite my best efforts, in short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't. So, good luck. Thanks. Let's look for a book. Alrighty, we got the book. And I got some coffee. So, have you found the book? So we can listen to some history lesson. Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. Without further ado, then. It began 100 years ago, when the flood of light threatened to swallow Northrend. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance, a maiden with hair of spun gold and eyes of clearest sapphire. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace, but 15 years later her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. Well, well. When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Wobert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair of spun gold and eyes of clearest sapphire, she was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came to likewise be called Minfilia. Is that the girl we saw? Like, she has kind of similar hair, no? Nesting in the Eulmoran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. The picture looks funny. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Why does it look so funny how she lies there? Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, that selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Eulmore, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. Oh no, does that mean that Minfilia comes back to us? And that concludes the tale. Yay! By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Northrend on numerous occasions, and were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some perhaps, the truth is rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not, but all were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. That's kinda brutal. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Eulmoran army some 10 years ago and taken into their care. Or rather their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name, for by that time, under Lord Wolfrey's rule, Eulmore had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, and so they kept her under lock and key. For a long while we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it wasn't the Eulmoran's best interests for her to remain under their control. But then 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed. Well, I believe we now have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Orin. Might I trouble you for a word, Laura, outside? Sure. Well, did Elfino save her when he came here? Let's talk to Elfino. Righty, here we are. Let's see what he has to say. As you will have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred. Oh, okay. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Hydaelyn's emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people of the First witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they are not the same person. Thancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Hydaelyn's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Laura? One's generally been enough, but fine. I see you've made up your minds. Oh, I hope it's not Thancred. Oh, good. XIV, what brings you here? A report on the proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the Eulmoran forces at Lakeland do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Eulmore ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium. Okay. Alrighty, but I guess we're gonna continue this in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you would like to see more, and try to upload every single day. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and bye bye!